Morning candidates. For smooth flow of our assessment, I already arranged and prepared all materials, tools and equipment that you will be needing to perform the required task. Can we start this day with a short prayer? Okay, please kindly stand. Amen. Let me introduce myself. I am Juanito Pascual Jr. and I am your competency assessor for today under this Shielded Metal Art Welding NC2 qualification. You may check my ID if you want to. And I would like to acknowledge first the presence of Mr. Jeremy Morales, our Assessment Center Manager. Good morning po. And from TESDA Provincial Office, our TESDA representative, Ms. Lourdes Estrella. Good morning po, Ma'am Lourdes. Okay, good morning candidates. Are we good? Again, good morning to our guests. Candidates, you don't have to worry about their presence. They are here to oversee and to check if the conduct of assessment is in accordance with the prescribed competency assessment methodology and procedure. Is that clear? Okay, so para mawala yung mga kaba nyo. Before we start, let me check your attendance. As I call your name, please come forward and hand me your admission slip together with your one valid ID for me to validate your identity. If validated, kindly sign the attendance sheet. Okay, let's start with Mr. Joseph Evangelista. Where's your ID? Okay, kindly sign next to your name. Next will be Mr. Erwin Estrada. Okay, all of the 10 candidates are all here. Now let's proceed. Candidates, I have here with me your accomplished application form and self-assessment guide. This is an indication you have right knowledge and can perform all the units of competency enumerated for Shielded Metal Arc Welding NC2. Now, I will explain the context and purpose of this assessment. I would like to welcome all of you candidates to our center for your national assessment of your chosen qualification, which is Shielded Metal Arc Welding NC2. The very purpose of your assessment is to determine the level of your competency and the mastery of your skills you have acquired during your training. Am I clear? Okay. Next, let's proceed to okay. Today I'm going to administer the competency assessment of your qualification. So candidates, please be guided of the competencies you need to observe while doing the assessment. These are the three: the basic, the common, and the core competency. As what you have learned in your training, these basic competencies are: you must be able to participate in workplace communication, you must be able to work in a team environment, you must be able to practice career professionalism. And it's a must that you always practice occupational health and safety. This is the most important of all. Okay? And for the common competencies, you should always apply safety practices. You must be knowledgeable in drawings and sketches, interpretation, can perform industry calculation, can contribute to quality system, well versed in the use of hand tools, can easily prepare weld materials, know how to set up welding equipment. You must know how to pit up materials and can repair welds. And the most important of all is the core competency, where it will determine if you are competent in welding carbon steel plates and pipe using Shielded Metal Arc Welding or SMAW. Okay? Is that clear? Okay. Now, please be reminded of the following tasks to be performed. These are: first is the observation of welding safety procedure. Second is to perform weld plates in a single groove, joints in overhead position in accordance with the welding procedures and specifications, or the WPS. Third is to check of weld defects and the necessary repair or remedy before your outcome be considered competent. I will be collecting all evidences through your demonstrations, from your answer to the oral questioning, and from your written test. This will be the basis of my evaluation. Okay, I hope you understand this, candidates. To determine your knowledge and skills for the SMAW NC2, the assessment method that will be used are written test, demonstration, oral questioning. These assessment methods will help me to measure the underpinning knowledge and skills of the task. During nature calls and you need to go to the comfort room, it is located at the end of the hallway, and also during break time you can take your meal at our canteen. The canteen is located at the second floor. However, let me remind you, candidates, that during assessment, you cannot allowed to leave the premises. You cannot roam the premises. Is that clear, candidates? I hope I made myself clear. Okay. If you will be having difficulty understanding the given instruction, please do not hesitate to approach me. I am more willing to translate it for you. Also, during the written examination, if you can't express your answer in writing, don't worry, because we will consider your answers verbally. Anyone here who have health problems or health concerns, you may declare it now so that we can arrange the necessary precautions and give you time to take your medications. Are there any religious practices here that you want us to take into consideration? Okay, we just want you to know that we treat everybody here equally. Okay, is that clear, candidates? If you have any concerns, questions, and need to clarify anything concerning your assessment, you may raise it now so that it can be properly addressed. Because once the assessment has already started, you will be refrained from asking questions. Talking to each other is no longer allowed. Please turn off your cell phone and put it inside your bags. Don't worry, because all things inside the assessment area are safe, and we have CCTVs that monitor every area within the building. While during the assessment and you experience health problem and need an immediate attention, you may approach me and we will administer the necessary medications. Okay, is that clear? I hope you understand. Candidates, if in case you find the assessment result questionable, you may appeal for it. You may submit an appeal to test the provincial office, and please copy furnish the assessment center and the assessor. You must clearly point out details of your appeal so that fair judgment to your appeal can be handled. This could be done on 24 hours after your assessment. Okay? Within 24 hours. For the issuance of the National Certificate, Assessment Center Manager shall inform you where you can claim your National Certificate within 5 working days after the assessment. Okay? Is that clear? Okay. After the assessment and you are found to be not competent, don't worry about it, because you may undergo again the assessment anytime at your own convenience. The assessment will be focused only on the unit of competency that you were not able to pass. If in case you failed full competency of the qualification, you need to undergo the whole reassessment process again. While if you were found to be competent, then you will be given the national certificate. But if you failed for 2 consecutive assessments, you will be required to undergo a refresher course. Candidates, these are the things to remember during actual assessment. Safety must be observed as you perform the different tasks under the competency. Make sure to check your electrical equipment before plugging it. Never pull the plug of the equipment through its cable to avoid cable exposure that may result to electrocution. Lifting of heavy materials and equipment is also prohibited to avoid back injuries. In case of accident, first thing to do is distance yourself from the equipment to prevent further injury, and call my attention immediately. With this, we can provide you the necessary first aid needed. By the way, a first aid cabinet is located in the main door entrance of the assessment area. Beneath the cabinet is the fire extinguisher. This is in case you experience minor injuries such as cuts and bruises. Okay? I hope I'm clear. Now, let us discuss confidentiality of the assessment procedures and also its outcomes. You are prohibited to divulge to anyone any information of the results and what transpired during the assessment. This is to ensure that the integrity of the procedure, assessment center, and your assessor is being upheld. The result will be made available to authorized personnel and to the institution where you had your actual training. So I am expecting that each and every one of you will refrain from giving any information of the entirety of the assessment process. Am I clear, candidates? Okay, thank you. Now, may I request please get your black ball pen and put all your things under your chair. We will be having now the written exam. This is 50 items. Please don't write in the questionnaire because you will be provided of an answer sheet where you will write your answer and do the calculations. You have 45 minutes to answer this. Please get one and pass. Okay, we may start now. Are you done? Please pass in the front the questionnaires, then followed by the answer sheet. If you don't have any questions or clarification, then I'm going to distribute this specific instruction. Please read them carefully and do not hesitate to ask questions as you read it. If you find it difficult to understand the specific instructions, just say so that I may be able to translate them to you in your prepared language or dialect to the best of my ability. Anytime you'll be needing assistance, then I will be happy to assist you. Since we are not going to address you by your name, you will be assigned of a number instead. You will be candidate number 1, you will be candidate number 2, you will be candidate number 3, so forth and so on. Okay. Everybody, are you ready now? Candidate number 1, you may now proceed to the assessment area, and for you, candidate number 2, please remain and I will call you later. Okay? Candidate number 1, this is our assessment area where you are going to perform welding safety procedures. Please read your instructions again. If you have questions, you may ask me now because as soon as the assessment starts, you can no longer ask me of any questions. Am I clear? Okay. Please be informed that after demonstration, there will be an oral questioning. You have 3 hours to do this task. You may now start. Okay, now Okay, now that you're done with the demonstration, please proceed to the classroom for your oral questioning. Kindly tell candidate number 2, please proceed. Please proceed here. Candidate number 2, please read your specific instruction. Do you have questions? If none, you may start your demonstration. Okay, please sit down, number 1. Candidate number 1. Okay. Now, let's go to the oral questioning. My first question is, what are the essentials of welding? Correct. Next question is, in welding defects, how are you going to define incomplete fusion? Correct. Now, let us proceed with my feedback. How do you feel about the assessment? Okay. 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 My observation coincide with your opinion. You are indeed competent in performing different skills for SMAW and C2. However, I noticed that you failed to observe proper housekeeping. Furthermore, you were not confident in answering questions during oral questioning. Nevertheless, you were able to answer all the questions correctly, and the result of the written test showed that you are knowledgeable enough about SMAW and C2. In this manner, I would like to congratulate you for a job well done. I found out that you are already competent. Please sign the assessment result summary. Okay? Please sign. For the issuance of the national certificate, TESDA will email you the electronic copy of the certificate, in which you will have it printed and bring it to TESDA Provincial Office for authentication and dry seal. Just bring passport size photo and the corresponding fee of 100 pesos. Your certificate is valid for 5 years and is renewable only upon the presentation of certificate of employment related to the qualification of not less than 3 years. You can use your certificate in applying locally and abroad, since TESDA certification are duly recognized by the employers here and abroad. Will you please kindly sign the competency assessment result summary and your rating sheet? Okay. Now, I would like to congratulate you for a job well done. Next, I would like to call on candidate number 2. Please sit down. Okay, how do you feel about your assessment? Really? In that matter, what you would do if you were asked to perform the task again? So what did you learn from the session? Candidate number 2, you were unable to weld properly. Your ampere settings is too high and failed to properly position the plates that resulted to poor weld bits, and it shows numerous defects which is irreparable. Based on this, I find your performance not yet competent. Okay? I'm very sorry, but that's how you perform for your assessment. Okay? So if you find my evaluation or if you find the result of your assessment is questionable, you have the right to appeal. You can submit your appeal to TESDA Provincial Office and wait till you will be informed of the result of your appeal. Do you have any question, candidate number 2? Okay. Now, may I request you to sign the competency assessment result summary? Thank you. Now, Mr. Jeremy Morales, sir, now I'm endorsing you the duly signed and accomplished scores of this concluded assessment where 9 candidates out of 10 found to be competent and only 1 is not yet competent. Thank you very much, candidates, and have a nice day.